We are here, the journey. Eyvette Money is the SL Digital Media Podcast, sponsored by Universal, Sony Music, 365, and Big Sam. Big Sam.
Okay. Well, thanks for all the sponsors.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's my deal with Universal and Sony. I just didn't get into it with you.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
I just do what I can with with even without the credentials, behind you. Everybody, deserve a chance and an opportunity. So I usually give that as much as I can to people.
Oh yeah. Well, you never know who's doing what these days anyway, but I know one thing, everything's on the internet, so
Right.
you know, yeah. So we're gonna get right into it.
How are
First
you?
off, I'm good. I'm good.
That's good.
So I had an interview with Kim King. Kim
Mhm.
King mentioned your name. I was like, I think I knew her from back in the day at the parties and stuff. But I said I remember she was kind of like an artist too. So are you an art? Were you an artist?
Yes. I started
I
off.
thought I thought that.
Yes. And you talking about singer Kim King. Are you talking about
Probably she mentioned your name. She clearly mentioned your name.
okay. Yeah.
So
She
I'm quite sure it was
that
you.
I used
Booked
to
the
know.
shows and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So I said, okay, cool. Let me see if I can reach out to her. And I wanted to get the people to know your journey. That's just basically it. It's your journey. Um, from A to B. What are you doing now? And what's coming a little later after COVID-19? Because you can clearly see they're talking about locking it down again. I keep telling everybody that, but nobody
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
step one,
step one, um, I don't know if you want to go way back into step
you
one
can
when
go
I
as far as you want.
to, do a lot of like acting and singing and whatnot. I thought I could sing back in the day in school.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I had a big thing for like being on a choir and stuff like that in school. And my goal was to try to get the lead that I never got.
Yeah.
Also participated in all the plays and everything that I could. Like I just had, you know, um, a love for entertaining people, as an early young
Yeah.
age. Um, then I did do a play. It was in Wilmington, North Carolina. I was out there and I auditioned for the Annie play. And I did get the part in there as one of the orphanage children, one of the children's that was in the orphanage.
Okay.
And but I didn't get a chance to tour with that play because I wound up leaving and coming back to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Then coming back to Philadelphia, I was on Dancing on Air. Do you remember Dancing on Air?
Yeah, I remember dancing on it. I was on there too. That's why I said I know we had to cross paths at one point,
Oh,
but dancing on
absolutely.
the air, I was on dancing on air
I
though.
always cross paths in the entertainment business at some point in some time. You may not even know the person, but you know the scenery.
Yeah.
When you hear somebody speaking about a certain show, being backstage, an incident or something, you were like, "Yo, I was there." I didn't see you, but yeah, I was on Dancing on Air. I was a regular on there, and then I was um, I was still trying to sing. I thought that's what I had. But I just
You
didn't
was
have it.
pursuing your dream at the time. That's all it was. You was
Yeah, like
pursuing your dream.
that was my dream. But I'm off key. I don't have that. I don't have
You
that
didn't have the
thing.
ear. You don't have the ear. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have it. But
Yeah.
the kids tell me that at one point. But anyway, so I had this love for hip hop too as well. So
Yeah.
since I couldn't sing and I still love to entertain, you know, I started writing rhymes with a friend of mine named Booney. We were together as a duo, and
Okay.
then I snuck back. We were supposed to go to I think we were at the Fresh Press tour. It was one of the tours at the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Um, I don't think New Edition was on the Fresh Fresh tour. No, it wasn't New Edition. Was it? I'm not sure, but I think it was. But Curtis Blow was back there, Lady B was back there in the back. And it was this guy named Sam that was actually working the aisles, helping people find their
Okay. Yeah.
and get tickets. I was supposed to meet Booney there. We were gonna try to sneak backstage together, and we were gonna rap somebody. And Booney stood me up. She never showed up, so I was there, young,
That
like
happens.
14, snuck there to the show. I didn't have no business going by myself or anything. Stage, he helped me get back there,
Yeah.
and I just asked Lady B and Curtis Blow if I could bust around for them. And they pulled the chair up and they was like, yeah, let's hear it. Let me see what you got. And I, and I wound up keeping in touch with Curtis Lowe and Lady B. I wound up going out to New York, meeting up with Curtis Blow.
Hmm.
At the actual recording that they were having for Martin Luther King, um, Lisa, Run DMC, and all of them. I had the pleasure to be in the
You
studio with
was 80s. You was doing it with the 70s and 80s right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was there and enjoying that whole moment, and I came back from New York and connected with Lady B, and
Yeah.
she put me on her Street Beat show, and from there it was a wrap. When I left out of
Yeah.
Street Beat show,
That's where I remembered. I was like, wait a minute. This
hmm
She had to have been on rate because the name, I was like, and then when I saw the face, I was like, I know I saw her way back.
yeah,
But that was you. So
yep.
okay.
So, when dancing on air, I was known as Monica. That's why I have that Monica Yvette Money,
Oh, okay.
thing. I was known as
You ain't let it go. You ain't
no,
let it go like Keisha Cole.
I didn't. And that's my government. My mom and dad named me that name, so it's kind of
Okay.
hard to part with that. Because Yvette, was something that was not planned at all. Was just something that
Yeah.
fell in my lap after I did the Street Beat with Lady B. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you know Kid Fresh.
I've
Um,
heard of, I remember the little click, but not to cut you off. I
no.
was We were cool with somebody I knew Lady B when
hmm
she was, because we used to go over her spot up there in Adams Lane. She
hmm
used to live out there for a while, and I used to go hang with them a little bit, and that's how I met her. I didn't even know that was her, actually, the one that was on the radio. But we hung out, I hung with her nieces and stuff like that. I was a little younger, of course, but that's how I met Lady B. I told her that though. When I ran into her, because I knew Angel Hall.
No.
Well, she works for Radio One,
Okay.
and she's like she books all the people for Radio One. What's that? Boom 103 Radio One. So whenever they do the
Yeah,
old
I
school
was like
events,
7.9 now.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Classics. That's the
So
one.
I knew her. And the last time I seen her, she got me. I think it was Brian McKnight and BBD and all them. So I knew her, but she was telling me she was a part of the operations of booking the artists in that form. So that's
Mhm.
how I kind of like found out. Then I worked a little bit with Larry Lair. I DJ'd a couple of his events and but the way
Definitely
I
fast, but like
yeah.
you, I mean, you definitely mentioning my brothers and sisters
Oh
in that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because we probably just never spoke or anything, but we were around the same because I'm a singer songwriter and I came out a couple times too. So
hmm
basically, that was my whole get up during that time, and I'm still doing it. But the point is, it was like I remember seeing you, but I didn't know who you were. But I just remembered you from back in the day. at the parties and stuff. So you had to been there, you know what I mean? So
I was at a lot of them.
what was your hit song? Because I knew you had a hit song. What was the name of your hit song?
It was
Or your best selling song?
Revenge. It was Yvette's Revenge. The
Yvette's
answer to Dear
Revenge.
Yvette. LOV,
Dear Yvette.
Dear Yvette.
Oh, from
I
Cool
am
J. Okay.
actually quote unquote Dear Yvette.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. Yeah, it was killing it too. So,
Uh-huh.
and I do remember that song now. Now I remember that song.
Yeah.
It's Small World, though. You know, it's
Yeah.
funny because I was Ubering, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guess who gets in the car? It's the girl that was on um, Cool C song. The girl that was on Ooh Ooh, you got it.
The
She was in
glamour.
my car.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. I said, you remember the girl? You remember the girl was rapping on that? I was like, yeah, I remember that. That's me. And I dropped her off. You know what I mean? That was about 2 years ago though. But
Okay.
it's funny how people you're right next to these people. But everybody gotta remember everybody's just a person. People. That's all we are anyway. But
That's all we
anyway,
are.
what you got coming up? I know it's COVID-19 right now. What you got going on? Because I know it's a little rigid for everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
what's going on now, or are you waiting for 21?
Well, actually, no, in 2020, and I'm looking at my birthday to be my release date for my book.
Oh,
I'm a writer now.
oh,
I write plays.
oh,
Write and direct plays. And this book is based on my first play. This book is
okay,
actually a series. It's a three-part series book, and it's I write adult stuff, you know.
yeah,
And it's called actually The Lifestyle, and it should
the
be,
lifestyle.
and it'll be dropped on October 8th. My
No,
birthday,
okay.
that's going to be a gift to me.
So you're no longer involved in radio, or do you go from
I,
time on and off?
I, I, I actually appear as a guest host from time to time
Yeah,
on
I
radio.
figured you still had your relationships in that.
Yeah, we, me and my significant other, we were partners with a radio station we had called Evolve Radio 247.com,
Oh,
and
okay.
we had that for sometimes for a couple of years. We decided to let it go,
Yeah.
because we had so many other things that we needed to give our time to, and me actually with the writing because I want my three-part series book to be an actual movie. So that's my goal. So, when you have so much going on, and I had to focus on one thing that I was feeling real strong about, and I
Yeah.
was actually, the just being that sole creator with where you don't have to depend on no one but to get in and focus and do what you have to do, like everything was just pretty much all on me to get in there and get the job done.
Oh,
So
okay.
COVID actually helped me get the job done because I get so distracted because I have my hands in so many different little pots. So COVID actually was a blessing for me in a sense, because I was able to finish this project that I've been
Oh yeah,
working
yeah, yeah. You got
so
time
long.
now.
Yeah, I had time to focus. I have a hard time doing that. Like I said, I'm just, being all over the place. Somebody like, I need you here, I need you there, and I'm there. But I'm
Yeah,
forgetting about what I need to focus on. So COVID
of
helped
course.
me do that, you
Yeah,
know.
that can happen. That can
Yeah.
definitely happen.
COVID was bittersweet for me because I just became a grandma.
Oh,
In 2 months, I got two new grandbabies, and I've
oh.
been able due to COVID be
Two
with my
scoops.
grandchildren. Yes, a boy and
They
a
got you
girl.
some raisin bran.
Yeah, yes, right. I'm a
Yeah.
mom money now, and
Okay.
I missed that time as far as being there for the birth of my grandchildren and
Mm-hmm.
spending that time that I always dreamt about. I was like, oh my God, when I become a grandma, you want to be there with your daughter. This, having her first child with her husband, and then with my son having his first daughter, with his fiance. It was just
Mm-hmm.
hard for me So it was bittersweet, but I got the job done. The book is done. Um, um, just finished the final editing on the book. So October 8th, it's a go.
Well, I might holler at you about something I told you. I got something I'm working with right now, and they can bang the radio the whole 9 yards. I'm still talking to them right now about what are they really doing. But actually, tomorrow there will be a major CEO. I can't say it yet because
Mhm.
they got to make sure it's going down. So because I had to, I don't want to be walking around with Universal and Sony on my thing. They take you to take it straight on down. So I
Mhm.
didn't want that to happen. So
Right.
I made sure it was good, and then I got on the phone with them, and then some people at Universal said, "Yeah, you good," and the guy he's gonna co-sign this show
Awesome.
tomorrow. So I'm
Awesome.
gonna be interviewing all these artists, but I know you know some because if you knew Kim, you know some. So
Uh-huh.
it can all work out for everybody because they really got some skin in the game, and they're gonna make some things really pop.
That's awesome. I love to see
Yeah.
that. I love
So I'm
that.
a DJ. So I'm a
Okay.
DJ. So I'm gonna be introducing some artists. So this is
Mhm.
gonna be a little. I'm trying to be a small Khaled. That's all I'm trying to be. A little small one. You know what I mean? A little baby one. That's all I need to be.
Right.
And I'm just trying to find the right talent. I also know some people at NBC. Same scenario. They just had to know how to dance and sing, and I can get them straight on J Lo in them show. So
Mhm.
it's funny how all this stuff, and I mean, I know the owner of the show,
Got you.
and then so it's as soon as I say it, he gonna be like, "Where what's going on?" Because they in Cali. So
Hmm.
it's funny how all this stuff just started accumulating at one time. But I always tell everybody that it was just time because I knew I wanted to, do something in radio
Right.
or set it up for radio. And I think this platform right now with the internet, and trust me, it's a couple artists, and I got models that can blow the internet off the frame,
Mhm.
because I'm reaching back to the community too. I'm not just doing artists, and I got somebody coming up. Well, I got Gene. You probably know Gene Lett and all them basketball guys, but they knew Iverson and all them. Look, they might pop up on this thing. I don't know. So,
Hey,
so
more
I
the
leave it up
merrier.
to
Make
them.
this thing pop. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. So
Big
I'm
ups to
just
you.
it's new, but I always was a talker. And like I said, I've been a PA announcer for over 20 years. So I
Mhm.
worked with Sunny Hill. So all the arenas in Philly, in the tri-state, I actually did the games for college, high school, developmental. So I've been a community guy. All
Right.
underneath all that. That's all of this community stuff. But I
Mhm.
am the PA announcer. So that's the only reason why a lot of these people hit me up a lot of time. Catholic League, parochial, whatever. They hit me up. So I
Right.
was always doing communications, but I just didn't go to school for it.
Half the
So
half the people that you hear on radio, on TV, they didn't go to school for
I
communication.
figured that. I figured
It's
that.
you may have a few, but really,
Yeah.
it's like you either got it or you don't have it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah,
And
you're right. You
and a
either
lot
got
of
it or
times
you don't.
it's a natural gift. It's a natural gift.
Exactly. Because you got to be able to relate to people and,
Absolutely. And
be
people
able to
can't be taught.
deliver something they can understand.
Right. And you can't teach nobody really how to relate to people, especially when it's just coming within. And then you
Yeah.
got the natural personality that just captivate people like
Oh,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So to me, all of that is pretty much a gift. They
Oh,
may
okay.
teach you how to talk, the talk and all that good stuff. But a lot of times with communication, people don't want that just that regular talk that's being taught to be across the board. They want some flavor to it. And they want
Yeah, of
that
course.
natural flavor. People gravitate towards that.
Of
That's
course.
why so many people who are unique in their own way, they soar when they do their own show, and because it's that uniqueness that captivate, people ear or eyes, if they have
Of
if it's
course.
a show where they can see you, which would makes them tune in. So
Yeah. So I these must be your people tapping this thing. The faces don't even come up because whenever something come up, I can tap the thing and I would be able to see their face. So I don't know what's going on right there. But anyway, back to you.
hmm
So right now, are you a manager of groups or you just look out for them?
well, I'm not right now. I did manage groups, and Kim was in one of the groups that I did manage.
There we go. There's Kim.
Yeah, she was in one of the groups, and Kim, she know, and I'm gonna
Kim
tell
was
her like this.
talented.
I hustled my ass off for my
Yeah,
groups.
she did say that. She said,
I
"Oh
did
yeah,
whatever I could do to make
yeah,
things happen. And when you put so much time into people because you believe in them
yeah."
and get that close, or you right there, and they
Hmm.
decide that I don't want to do it no more,
Well, how
that
I met, yeah, but
yeah,
how I met
sometimes
Kim.
it's so, and you feel like it's so much time that's been wasted that I could have helped someone else, or I
Hmm.
could have put that time into my projects, because I'm never going to stop doing me and doing what I have to do. But it's times that I have slowed down what I was doing because I believed in something else that we
Yeah,
can all, grow from, and
exactly,
and win. We could all win with this. So
exactly.
that's why I had to, me and my partner, we decided to let the radio station go because we were trying to build dreams with everyone that was under our umbrella. Like, we all going to do this,
Yeah.
but now I had to put that on hold and say, listen, you going to have to depend on yourself. You got a lot of things that's going on that you're not even touching. You're
Hmm.
just sitting back and just letting time go by with your own project. It's time to focus on you. So I had to do that, and
Okay.
I give a little focus, like I said, here and there. That's why I'm all over the place a little bit. But I have to still, you know, say, look, vet, chill, sit down and get this project done before you start doing this with
Yeah.
somebody else. So,
Well, I'm going to definitely get with you about that because the
mhm,
people I'm around, their finger is on go. I can tell you that. I mean,
okay.
that's a straight up. Their finger is on the pulse. Radio, no problem. So you know that's the biggest issue with any artist. Can
Mm-hmm,
they get radio? So the show is called uh, something to stardom. I gotta get the whole word on the thing.
mm-hmm,
And it's going to get co-signed actually tomorrow, or he's coming on Saturday. I like I said, I couldn't say his name because they said they just gave me a hint, and
mm-hmm.
then he's coming on my show. He's going to co-sign the show, and I'm gonna be doing some stuff with Universal, and they want me to bring in artists.
Wow.
So this is a different entity, and I'm working on something else on the other side that's completely has nothing to do with this, and
Mm-hmm.
they're both going at the same time. But I knew you knew the artist because one thing I knew, Kim King had a pen and she could sing. Look,
Kim
I
can
was
sing
telling,
her ass
yeah,
off. I'm saying she can, excuse my French, I
she can
always got
go.
a potty mouth. But Kim, she can sing her ass off. Every last one of them could sing their behind off. And Kim had this unique voice. Her voice is so unique. I was so upset that we didn't finish the job that we started. But I know
She has
Kim.
some heat.
Yeah, she's older now. She's wiser now,
Yeah, yeah,
and she's ready now. Sometimes
yeah,
it takes that. Sometimes it takes, that time for you to be able to figure this thing out, what you want. Because I know she became a mom and all that good stuff. Just like I did, and sometimes
yeah.
things
Road to
get
Stardom. That's it. Road to Stardom. Somebody
road
hit me up.
stardom.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Road to Stardom. I had to get it right.
I don't know if you know this other artist, and I'm gonna put it out there since you're doing your thing, but this artist used to come up to my station when I had Evolve Radio, and
Okay.
I wanted to help her so bad, but she's so dope as a MC, and
Yeah.
she's so creative. And you ever heard of Joey Cathos?
No. But this is what you can do.
I gotta send you some of her
Just
stuff.
send it.
You know what I'm
Look, when
saying?
I
I
tell you
really
if
want
it's
you to.
fire,
she
I
worked so
can,
hard. I really want this girl to win. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And she should be winning. It's just meeting the right people.
yeah.
And
Finger on go. That's all they got to be. Finger on go.
absolutely. So if you're doing your thing, I think she needs to be down with that.
Oh, well, here's the thing. The road to stardom is how they're doing it is this is I start the interviews tomorrow. They got
Mhm.
about 50 people already. So what they're doing is they're actually competing to get on radio, get a deal, the whole 9 yards. There are some other names, I can't say it yet, that
Okay.
will be involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to pop. It's going to pop. And because, it's going to be virtual, because that's where everybody's going with all this virtual performances, it's actually going to lead them to a deal. And
Okay.
they're definitely going to radio. That's it's done. And the guy that's coming on either tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know exactly what day, but they just
Mhm.
said he's coming. He's jumping on, and he's going to co-sign the show, co-sign the event,
Mhm.
and it's gonna fly. And they got some hitters coming.
Hey, hey, I
Yeah, they
can't
got some hitters.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
And
so I
I
gotta
hope
keep you in my bag. I gotta keep you in my bag because I know you know the artist.
that right. I know plenty of artists I would love to pass on to you, especially who's doing real hip hop and
Yeah,
doing true hip hop. You know, I don't like some of the music that's out here today.
I think a lot of people
No.
don't, but
Yeah. So I want to pass you some of the ones that I think
it's fire.
yeah, you said the right word,
Yeah,
fire. So
yeah.
I'm gonna definitely pass you on a couple of people.
I know they out there. I mean, I know they out there. Like I said, I did the open mic
Hmm.
circuit. And I did it with Sandman. I did it with Larry. Um, and there was a couple other people that I used to do at the Arts Garage because Ola used to just always hit me up and tell me to come in there and play their music and stuff. But on terms of that, I actually know them too. I know they know some people, but this is an actual real opportunity with all this COVID going on for
Hmm.
them to get an opportunity to actually get on the radio. So they're not just picking one; they're going for like 4 or 5 of them, and
Uh,
they're going to put them out. So I mean, that's the dream for every artist right now. At least get on the radio. I don't care if you just got on the radio. You never, it never blew up, but you got to at least get there. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So definitely, I'll definitely look out for that.
How about
Send me.
producers and everything? Anybody else you looking for? You looking for
They're
songwriters?
looking for models. They're looking for because what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna do a little something different. Also, I'm not limiting myself to just music. I'm looking for uh models of all age. Like I got 2 so far. One is coming on actually, I believe Tuesday. She's
Hmm.
from Texas, and she's a model, but she's plugged in on the political side of Texas. I'm not sure the exact city. I just got her on the show, and she's coming on, and she has a tremendous following. So that's how I'm targeting all this
Okay.
people who can make it pop. Because we all doing it together. I'm gonna promote it along with you, and that's how I'm doing it. That's how you're gonna have to do it anyway if you get to the industry or whatever industry you're in. You got to market yourself,
Good to
and
know.
I'm just looking forward to trying to help the young people anyway, and whoever, because I don't want to stop nobody from saying, yo, you a little too old. No, ain't no old. If it's in you, keep going. That's the
Mhm.
mentality with
Shoot,
everything that goes on.
Charlie came back. Uncle Charlie, he was out the
Yeah,
game for a long time. He came back strong. So
yeah, and he sound better than ever.
yeah, so you can never tell anybody, especially in this entertainment field, that you ever too old, because like models any age you need them, because like you had people modeling for geriatrics, you know what I'm saying? So like that
Yeah,
game never stopped. So you're never too old. It may slow down a little bit because
yeah,
like the need may not be as much, but you still can have your hand and foot in the game somehow, some way. Keep
yeah.
your foot in the door.
Well,
It's
you
good
know,
to know. I have
definitely.
all walks of life that come to me that's looking, and I try so hard to help people, but it's like, damn, I gotta help myself too. So it's good
Oh,
to
you
have other
better. I mean, yeah,
outlets.
you got to do that.
Yeah, it's
You know,
good
you
to
got to
have
take
other
care of
outlets.
yourself
Mm,
and fit that in and for it to make
yeah,
sense,
yeah.
because you know how artists are, they're very emotional, and
Hmm.
and their egos shoot all the way up depending on who you got, so um but for the most part, I mean, you've actually done your part already for anything. So you writing your book, all the people that you ever helped out, it shouldn't be a problem for them to come to you and say, yo, give me two, three of those books. You know what I mean? Because
It
you gave your
shouldn't.
time. It shouldn't. But we
It
live in
should.
Philly, so we know it's going down, right?
Okay. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. So Philly is
you know,
Philly
Philly
is a
is
very
going to
unique
get
city when it
yeah,
comes to uh
exactly. Because
people
Philly
coming
will be
together.
like, "Where's my personal copy?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Free.com.
Uh-huh.
Where I got to go to get it for free? Did you understand what I was trying to do? I'm trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And, I know plenty of people like that, though. But it's funny, though, the people down south, as even Atlanta and anything down south, when they just support each other a little differently than up here. I mean, it's night and day. It's night
Yeah.
and day with the whole thing. In fact, the people that I know down there for the road to stardom that has to deal with Sony and Universal, they're from down south. I couldn't connect nothing in Philly. It was too, you know what I mean? Everybody, I'm a star. I've been doing it. Look, hey, you can keep on doing it. I'll find another way. And that's how I've always been with my
Man,
road.
if everybody, especially during the time that I was out, back in the early 80s and everything, if people from Philly would have just helped one another, we should have been like way ahead of the game. Like, it's just so many other different like cities and states that just came and just took off and soared faster than what we ever did. And that was because they just, they just unified. They just had so much unity together, and they put the next one on, they put the next one on to keep that name popping. The next one from Atlanta, the next one from Atlanta, the next one from Atlanta, that now everybody's going to Atlanta to look for the next new artist. But Philly wasn't like that, you know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? You're on stage,
No, no, no.
somebody about to drop their project, you should be like, yo, get my book. This is what New York used to do. I used to love New York for that. Like, you would hear the next new artist when you were at a show. If it was Kane on, from like Heavy D, whatever, they would bring on the next best thing. Listen, this person right here, you're gonna hear from him or her shortly.
Hmm.
They weren't saying fire at that, but at that time, but they were more so saying things like that. Like, listen,
Yeah,
like this one right here, when you hear him tonight, you never gonna forget who he is. And they would let them come in the middle of their show and do a song or something. Just put them on and let them fill the crowd, or they will make they would get that respect for him
yeah,
or her from the crowd to make sure that
yeah,
that person got all the respect that was due to that person, and nobody ain't even know who he was. Nowadays, they were like, nah, nobody don't know you. That's how Philly was. Nobody don't know you. Nobody ain't going. You gonna bring my show down. My show was hype. I can't bring you on. Can't do this. I can't do that. But
yeah.
that's just how we were. And it's a shame because it's like, we were in competition with each other instead of rocking with each other. I mean, I do have some brothers and sisters in the game that, I love dearly. And, we all sit back and we talk about, you know, what we could have, should have had. We all saying the same thing. We like,
It's hard to
nobody
go
wasn't putting each
on
other
go.
on.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
nobody.
go on go when
Mm-hmm,
everybody got a different agenda. It'll never
mm-hmm,
work if everybody, just like when they came, it's funny, the person saw me on Facebook. They saw what I was doing. I was already marketing, with my videos and stuff, telling everybody I was preparing myself for this. And
Mm-hmm.
now, um, you know, she hit me up, put me on the phone with somebody, boom, 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 want to
Mm-hmm.
put you down, just like that. And it's
Just
because
that.
it got aligned. It's an alignment, though. You know when that alignment is coming because all of a sudden everything starts to work. All the things that you've been trying to do will actually align itself up with the right people. And that's how you actually go forward in anything in life. And being as though we from Philly, you already know it's hard to get two people to be aligned on the same page because one to be thinking, oh man, they need me. Oh, that person need me. No, but this thing is big based on connecting to relationships with the right people who can make it pop for real. So if you don't know that, you're not a good business person anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Philly is too busy playing Donkey Kong. That's how we always was. You climbing that ladder like Donkey Kong, but you hammering each person that you coming across. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But if they don't, if we all would have realized, instead of being the next best thing, we should have been the next best city because that would have continued to give us all longevity in the business because we would have brought people to Philly wanting Philly artists if we were all banging artists. You know what I'm saying? Just like people came here for DJs because DJs were doing their thing. Philly
Oh
was
yeah,
known for
I
DJs.
know
They
plenty of them.
DJs, but we had a lot of artists who were a lot of good hip hop artists and did some really fantastic shows, but we just weren't collaborating together to make it happen until things started to fall apart. And then that's when everybody got a voice and opinion on how to make this work.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get that one person that was in that group with that voice and opinion to make it, he or she ain't coming back to pull the rest of them that were all together with that same voice trying to make it too
Yep.
with you. So
But that
it,
happens. That happens a lot, though.
and that
Even
just
in
reminded me, we started me, Snow, and Malika Love, and
Malika Love. I
this,
remember that. Hey,
yeah,
look, you
that's
had
my
you in the real clique.
yes, and
Yeah,
Jackie
yeah.
Paul, right? I don't know if you remember Jackie Paul, but
I
we had
remember that
started.
name a little bit. I remember
Mhm.
Bahamadia.
Yeah,
She came
Bahamadia.
after y'all, right? She came
That's
after y'all,
one chick. And speaking of
and
people,
she got
that's one
bars,
chick
bars.
that came back and gave
Yeah,
Philly props. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I wish at the time that Philly artists was on a rise at that moment,
Uh huh.
because that's the type of stuff that Philly needed,
Can you get in contact with her?
Oh, absolutely. I can get in touch
Oh,
with her.
oh, if we,
That's
you
that's
got to
a
come back for that one. You got to come back for that one.
oh
Look,
yeah,
if I
definitely.
can get her on here, yo, she is a bar spitter.
Oh yes, yes,
She was
yes.
ahead of a lot of people in Philly, period,
Hmm.
years. But she was in what, early 90s? When the Roots,
This is how we
basically.
do. Yeah, yeah. And she came out with
And
that.
she was an underground monster. But
Hmm.
Philly had quite a few girl rappers because they used to come to the open mics. I remember Hadonis, the
Hmm.
Amazon. She was fire.
Right.
Um, um,
I
it's a couple
wish
more.
I knew him. I love getting to know and meet a lot of I just love to meet different artists and just seeing their talent. But to
Yeah.
have other female hip hop artists, oh yeah, I love just
So
sitting
the
back
female's doing good
and
right now. I
cheering
mean,
them on. Like damn girl, do your thing. You're like you fire, but you
yeah.
know
The,
you
the
know I
females are really hot right now, though. Like I mean, you got Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and they doing really well right now.
yeah.
As far as especially revenue, they really doing well on that part because these artists now is getting a whole lot of money. The ones
They get
that
a lot of
get out
money,
there.
and and that I think that's the money thing. The money thing has been killing the game really hard because it's like
It's no
and
union.
I'm not trying to take any of their hard work away. They are two sisters that are fire in the game too as well. But not just speaking on females, just speaking on hip hop. Period. I think that's what changed hip hop. Money, because like when we came out and we were doing hip hop, it was for the love. If we got on the radio, shit, we made it. That's how we felt.
Oh no, that
But
was an accomplishment. But remember,
mhm,
that was back then, and was real to real. You had to really go in and do it.
mhm.
Not like now, where a person don't even know how to write their rhymes, and you know, it was more. They were better lyrically, and they had talent back in the day more so than now. Now I don't know what the stuff is now. It's,
Yeah, and
but they
that's
listen to it.
that's what I'm speaking on. Money is overriding the love of the game, and when you got love for the game, you can't help but to sit and try to be even more creative in the game. 'Cause it's like, oh, wait till I do this, wait till I do that, because you just want a reaction of the people. It wasn't about getting the next dollar; it was getting the reaction of the people and the
Yeah,
audience who got a chance to listen, hear, or see you, show your creativity.
yeah.
And that's
Well, it's
money.
it's 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 all about even what you're doing right there. As far as you're an author, right? You would be an
Hmm.
author.
Yes.
So even what you're doing right there, there has to be some sort of marketing plan that because you know how it's going to be in Philly. You might go gold in Atlanta, but Philly, you might. I don't know. You might
I
get
pray
10
my
books
Philly
out of Philly.
people would prove me wrong. I really pray that they will prove me
That's
wrong
going to be a lot of
and
praying.
step
You know
up
that,
to the
right?
plate. Yeah, and
That's
I
a
got
2-hour prayer.
I got I got that. Me and God. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to my God. So we gonna do a lot of talking, and we're gonna try to flip the script on Philly and show that Philly can support. And
Okay.
maybe
But
we
if
could
he
put
tells
other
you you got to go to
artists.
Atlanta, if he tells you you got Atlanta, I think you better take yourself to Atlanta and then come back to Philly.
I'm trying to touch every market, but I'm hoping Philly would show up and show out where I can just be
Well, you
great.
know the people. Okay, you know the people. All they
Hmm.
got to do is go at Eyvette Money, wherever your gram is and your Facebook, and you'll
Yep.
find out. They'll hit
Yeah.
like. I keep telling everybody, like is very deceiving.
It is very much so.
Yeah, somebody,
People
I got
are very.
1,000 likes. Did you make any money?
What was so crazy is that I was trying at first. I was going to do the movie. I had the script ready for the lifestyle movie. I
Hmm.
did, and I think this is just gets guidelining things up for me because I just got this feeling that it was more so where he was speaking to me and saying, you know what, put the book out first and use the funding for the book to fund your movie, because I did a GoFundMe for my movie. I had a nice budget with a filming company that was totally looking out for me and gave me a nice budget,
Well,
and they have some really nice work. So I didn't have that money aside, so I did a GoFundMe, and I post all kind of little crazy stuff. I post little funny stuff here and there, post the
yeah.
kids, and you'll get 300 and 400 likes. But when I post the GoFundMe, it's like
Oh man, them
four
numbers went
people.
down.
It's like
Them,
four
them,
people.
them
They act
numbers.
like they don't even see that, John. They won't even like nothing else on my page for that whole day that I post
Yep.
GoFundMe, because
Yep.
they want to act like they don't see it.
Yep. They're gonna say, no, I didn't see it. I was at the supermarket all day. No, I was at the
Yeah,
super like
yeah.
coming up with all them stories.
Yeah, it's so hilarious to me. But I'm an observer, so I sit back and I watch and I observe. I don't say too much on what I observe, because what I'm observing is for me, and to do what I want to do with what I'm observing. And I just always been like that.
I'm gonna send another shout out because I got it. I finally got it right. Road to Stardom, Universal, Sony, Big Sam Music Group. That's the one that's coming. They fire. I'm telling you. Bring these artists. They're gonna get a good look, and
Hmm.
trust me, they got some nice artists right now that I'm interviewing. I saw a couple of the videos. They nice. So
Hmm.
you better be on your A game because you got to do a virtual performance, and That's just it right there. So they definitely got their finger on the pulse. It's on the pulse right now.
Right, right. I definitely I gotta give since we're speaking on a journey, I have to give a couple of people a shout out who took that journey with me, from the beginning of time. And my girl Beth, she started off on dancing on air with me. And we turned Yvette Money into Yvette Money and the Fresh Girls. I had hype girls and dancers when I came out, and they were the Fresh Girls. So Fresh Girls
Yeah.
for life. I got to give a shout out to Groove the most. Like, he is one of the dopest producers ever. He did a couple of my tracks. The Other Side of Me, which is my favorite single that I released. You can get
Yeah.
that one on YouTube. I like that. That's my favorite out of all the singles I dropped. And Lightning Lee, he was my DJ. Sporty Shorty, she was my DJ at one
I
point.
remember Sporty Shorty.
Yes, they
I
all
remember.
took that journey with me. And
Okay.
I definitely have to give them a shout out because I don't never get a chance to talk about them too much as well.
Yeah.
But they were my family on the road when we were on the road doing shows.
I'm
And
gonna ask you a question though.
mhm.
Current and throwback. Give me your top 5 throwback female MCs.
I definitely have to give a shout out to MC Shyrock. You know what I'm saying?
I
She
remember that
did,
name.
and her Lady B.
Lady B. Yeah.
I'm going back into the old school because these are the women who inspired me. You
Yeah.
know,
Lady B.
you
Yeah.
know.
You talking about
They,
Lady B on the radio?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
To the beat,
The one
y'all.
she got like 900 likes every time you put
One
something up.
that Jack and Jill went up the hill to have a
Yeah.
little fun. That's how
Oh,
they
okay.
say it back in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
gonna kill me when she hear me, but yeah. Um,
Oh no.
I have to give Roxanne Shante, definitely. She influenced
Yeah.
me a lot too. Throwbacks. I love MC Light.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. 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 Light as a rock. Light.
yeah,
Light as a rock.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to say,
Is this the fifth one right here?
these are the throwbacks because
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to. And my, oh God, I got too many. I got my sister from Philly, Malika Love. I
Yeah.
love
Malika Love.
her.
What about
Uh,
Ludacris? You remember Ludacris?
MC Ludacris, Linda.
Yeah.
Man,
I met
that's
I
my
met her
sister.
before. I met her before one
That's my
time.
sister in hip hop too. Mac Money too as well. I don't know if you remember
Okay.
Mac Money, but she did the answer to Schoolie D. Um,
Okay.
I think she did the PSK one. She did the answer to that one as well. We were all out back in the day, so definitely have to give her a shout out too as well. But Ludacris, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I remember with
Um,
DJ Miz and them, right?
yes,
Yeah, I know
it's
Miz.
so
Miz.
hard to
Miz
limit
knew.
things to 5 people because it was so many good in the game
Yeah.
back then.
Y'all was
They
y'all was
were
cutting vinyl. A
doing
needle actually went on something. Now they're selling air.
right. They're selling likes.
So there was what I had 900 million views. Time out. I can remember when people actually got up and went and got the product.
Went down Sound of Market, Funkamart,
Yep.
down there, and you were mad when it was sold out.
Mm, yep.
Couldn't get a copy, so you try to find a dude selling it out his trunk.
It was a physical. It was the actual physical copy of material, and
Yeah,
now I don't see not one person with one CD, and you don't even know if they really even listen to the music at this point. Because radio runs, but you don't even know if they really is it organic like it used to be. I doubt it because there's too many people out doing internet radio. They doing it on this
hmm
platform. It's broken up now. It's hip hop got bigger, but it broke up, and it seemed like they only picked the people who they want to win, and they win for about 7 8 years. So
yeah. They have the
so
most followers. All they have to do is say they don't. They not. It's so crazy because people don't even have to hear your song. They just
yeah,
say go like it. And that's
Hmm.
all. Like, they get loyal people to go and like it, or they're going buy likes.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know,
You know they're
and
doing that.
yeah, that's what it's all about
Yeah.
nowadays. They
And you
don't
know what's
even
funny?
like
I don't
to.
even like I like Instagram, but I
Mm,
don't like it that much because Instagram got a lot of spam in it. You know, you get people that just saying they following you, and you go on their page, you got one picture, and I'm like, no, that ain't. So Facebook to me is more organic than IG because the people on here, you won't find no spam on mine because I'm gonna make sure you a person.
mhm.
You ain't got 15, 20 pictures, you ain't going on my page.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
I try to send some of the people that don't have any mutual friends of mine.
yeah,
I'll look into their profile and see what they're about to put them on my personal page. But I do have a fan page that I would redirect them to that. Like I may, inbox them and just ask them to like my fan page and follow me on there. Um, because like, I don't want to miss anyone who just want to follow my journey like you're doing. I
yeah.
don't want to miss that.
Oh no,
But they
these
do
this
have
is
to
your
be careful
rose.
too
This is your
as
road
well.
to yourself. This is
Yeah.
your road to yourself. This is your life. Your life you're talking about. And a lot of people don't, they always ask you for something, but there's a story inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that needs to be told. So, that's why I hit you up because I knew you had a journey. I
Right.
put my finger on it. I said, I've heard her name way back. And then Kim King struck my ear that night. And then I said, let me call her or let me hit her up
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook. That's how I'm doing people, but I'm hitting up. But Bahamadia, I gotta get Bahamadia on here. We would
Def-
make this thing pop.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But actually, I will definitely hit her up
Yeah.
and
She's fine.
try to. I definitely will try to make that connection for you without a problem.
Yeah. All right. So we said the throwbacks. This is where it gets tough because you already said you already like this music out here. Who's your top five current females? No guys, females.
Uh, mm. I mean, I do like Cardi B. Because she is creative and
Cardi B's talented. She's talented.
she's her own. She owned who she is without allowing people to change who she is. Um, Jeez, I don't even know if I know any other female. I mean, I know Megan, um, but I really didn't get a chance to really listen to her too much.
I would say Trina over Megan.
You would?
Because they're kind of like the same people to me.
Well, I'll say Teflon, my niece.
Okay, well there you go. You
Fire
got
too.
Teflon.
She's down there in Atlanta.
You
You know.
promoting Teflon. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll say my niece. She's fire too. She do a lot of the she goes on and do a lot of the battles and everything. And she definitely
Okay.
comes with her
You do
own.
the battle rap.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She
I check that out too. The URL and I'll be looking. I'm
her
connected.
name
I stay on
uh,
that stuff too.
I would say Joey Cathos, who I want you to check out too. Like she have music out there. She just need she just need
Opportunity.
her opportunity to just soar one good time, and I think people will love her. Um, I don't want no one to hate me for this, but I really can't think of anyone else.
No, okay.
No, the
I'm not
only
surprised.
last
I mean,
one I was rocking with is like Bahamadia. That's my sister. She
you
was
didn't
on.
like Nicki Minaj career.
Nikki was hard. She was fine. Yeah,
No,
she good. I like
okay.
her music. You know, I guess I like her creativity and everything too as well.
Oh, okay. What's your top five female R&B? Now they can be older, young. It doesn't matter because I like Coco from SWV. I've always liked her as a vocalist. And who else? I like Beyonce. I like Beyonce music when she first got started.
Mhm. I'm an old soul. I like Shaka Khan.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
I
talking about
like
Patti LaBelle and all them now,
yeah, I like Aretha Franklin. I like
Aretha, yeah, of
Tina
course, Aretha.
Marie.
Oh my goodness.
Like these are the people that you would hear in my car, when I'm
Yeah,
riding in the
you were
car, you would
around.
hear.
I know you probably were around Tina Marie because you came to Philly a lot. So
Yeah,
whenever
I've
those
been in
events
the
was going on,
presence, but I really didn't get to know her. I really wish I did,
yeah.
you know.
Oh,
But
she was very very talented.
absolutely, absolutely. I love like Stephanie Mills.
Oh yes, definitely. She still can go too. You know,
Hmm.
Coco can go. Stephanie can go. From back then, I'm gonna tell you, I love Little Mo.
Little
Little
Mo.
Mo, Little Mo is a beast.
Yeah, she was good. She was good.
Yeah,
She was one of the newer artists that
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty good.
But she qualifies 2005 and back, I think, because she was no, she was 2000, about
But you can't
2005 to
kind of run with Stephanie
2012.
Mills and Patti LaBelle and all of those.
Oh no, no,
I
no. I mean, well, that's because of the lyrical content. So, remember, lyrics help a great singer. It's been some great singers that
hmm
never had a hit. They got to know that they got a hit, and that's not really in their hands because if the record label is there, you know what that is. Oh, hey, go somebody, Deborah Cox.
Yeah, I like Deborah Cox. Deborah
Oh,
Cox,
hold, wait a minute.
she got
What's her name? Pharrell. What's her
Pharrell.
name? What's her last
Oh,
name?
oh, Rochelle Pharrell.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Rochelle Pharrell. She's very talented too as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rochelle Pharrell. Woo-hoo. Her and Will Downing. That one song, they
Hmm.
will burn down a
They
building with that one song.
Yeah, they killed that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You should hear me messing that song up in the car when I'm in the car by myself.
oh, you still cutting your album in the car?
Oh my God. I gotta tell this funny story. I remember this time when I was trying to rap when I was signed with Rough House Records.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I was signed with them and uh I wanted to sing. So they had me over at Sigma Sounds. I was already working with John Whitehead with a cut that me and John
I
Whitehead.
knew John Whitehead. I knew his son Kenny.
Yeah. So me and John Whitehead did a song together, a hip hop song. So while
Okay.
I was like, I want to sing. I always wanted to sing. I kept telling them that. So they was like, sing. Let me hear you sing. And then I sung this song. They was like, okay, we're gonna stick to rapping. And
Yeah.
I was like, did I
There
say
wasn't no auto tune. There wasn't no auto tune back then neither when you was messing with them. So
that?
you weren't
Oh
gonna get
my
away with the
God,
A Boogie with
hell
the hoodie.
no. Not when Evelyn Champagne King is coming out of there and a lot of top dogs that were down to Sigma Sounds recording. Mm-mm.
I was down there. I was down there. Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that Sigma Sound. Sigma Sound. I think that's the Butcher, right? He was down there.
Joe Butcher,
Joe
yeah,
the Butcher.
he did some stuff over there, and then him and Chris had Studio 4,
A lot
you
of
know.
people don't know that Whitney Houston was right in Philly, right in that studio.
Oh, how
They
could I
got
forget
pictures.
Whitney Houston? Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she was down there. She was down there. I don't know what song she did because they came here for Larry Gold did a lot of work. He
I
played
did
a
a
lot
lot
of
of work with
strings.
Larry Gold too, with hip
Yeah,
hop.
yeah, Larry Gold. I was around Larry Gold. And I met
Yeah.
Kenny Whitehead and his brother. I was actually in the studio with
Hmm.
them when they did their singles. The two
Okay.
singles that they brought out,
Hmm.
187, and I was around when he did Forget It Was a G because I was a DJ. I had a DJ ear, so he used to
Okay.
always tell me to come down there and tell me, what did it think about the beat, and because really the beat was everything, and then y'all could color it up with the vocals. So I was actually around them when they was cutting, and I met John and I met Patty. They were all down at Larry's one day. It was Teddy
Right.
Press, because Ted Larry used to be in Society Hill. It was a
Hmm.
guy, it was a Jewish guy named Eric Essadorian. His parents had gave him a whole lot of money, but it was his studio, Larry rented that out, rented the room out on that, but everybody went down there. So
Right.
that's how I knew Larry.
Yeah, I
So
worked with Larry Gold, Bobby Eli. Matter of fact, it was me, Larry Gold, and Bobby Eli and John Whitehead when we did a song. It was a song that me and John Whitehead did called "He's Leaking,"
oh,
and
okay. Yeah, John was talented, very talented. He was very
yeah,
talented. He had that pen.
I really wish that song would have came out, but we had a really fun time working on that song. John
Yeah.
was real fun to work with.
He was actually a fun guy
At
whenever I
first,
got
I was
around him.
intimidated by working with him because I'm like, he's a singer, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
sing word for lick. And he is John Whitehead, when
Right.
you're a rapper,
Right.
you look at art like established R&B singers a little different when you were doing hip hop, and
Yeah.
but it was really a really good time. And oh, she said Shaka Khan, Gladys
Yeah, yeah,
Knight.
Shaka. Yeah,
Uh,
Shaka.
and
Shaka
she
can go.
said Shantae, I think she said Shantae Moore one time, and all of
Yeah,
them, they're all dope singers.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love Shaka. Shaka was dope,
yeah. Shaka Khan. Well, I mean, she hits, you know.
and
Um,
Mickey was good too. Mickey Howard was good until
I
you
met
know,
Mickey Howard
yeah,
up there with
yeah.
Bo and Charles Huggins.
Hmm.
So I believe Bo Huggins married Mickey Howard,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, they actually got married because Freddie Jackson and they were all in that little circle. Actually, Bo was the person that actually put all of them on. So
Okay.
I've been up there in New York in this office and all that kind of stuff too. So like I said, I've been doing music for years. Um, of course, you got to watch out for the paperwork, but I don't know how they watch out for a 360 deal. I really don't know how you watch out for that one because they in there. You know what I mean? But unless you making $20 million, I mean, I guess it don't matter at that point. But if you made 20 million, you can only imagine what that label made.
Yeah, absolutely. So
So
that was just a little. That was a little crumb from the pie.
mm,
That wasn't even a whole piece or a slice, you
yeah.
know. So yeah, you can imagine.
What about the era? Think about it. What about that era? Who though it was quite a few people that didn't make no money. Like I ran into seven. I'm not even gonna say their name.
I won. I won. I ain't really make that much money. No, I mean I ain't even gonna say that much. I didn't make no money. My record company always told me I broke even.
Yeah.
From
Well,
the tours, from all the money that they put out first, and you know, then I found out, they told they were selling my records out of the trunk of the car.
yeah.
All that kind of stuff used to go on back then.
Oh, you was
So
Master P back then.
yeah, well, it wasn't me. That was the record company. They would have their guys selling the record out of the trunk of the car. So it wouldn't
Register
so
barcode.
what am I trying to say? This is a 50-year-old shit that I'm doing.
No,
But
no, no.
if
You it didn't register the barcode, so you never
the,
got the
even
count.
even yeah, and so and I found out later when I was with Island Records, because I've been with some major record companies, and when I was at Island Records, I was doing a promotional tour, and then they had me to visit some pressing companies and stuff like that. And I'll never forget when I went down south to this pressing company, and the guy wanted me to sign my autograph, so he can post it because he get all the autographs of all the artists that may come through
Yeah,
this pressing company. And he said, "Do you know you sold over 500,000 copies out of this pressing company alone?" And my record label had their own pressing company too as well. So I never got those numbers. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? For some reason, I'm just over it. I'll still have my time, but I never got those numbers, and that's how it was back in the day because we didn't know much of the game. They took something that we used to do for fun, and they made money off of us. And I just really think that when record companies did that to us and pimped us like that, that was real selfish of them to do things like that because we could have lived, we could have ate, and y'all could have still ate the way that you were eating, but they just took it all from us, and
Well,
that was
what
one
it
thing
was
that kind of
is we
turned me
didn't know
off
what was in the
about the
contract.
game.
We didn't know what was on the contract. We were naive and happy the camera was on and the
Mm-hmm.
music was being played through the frequency, and the fame was coming to you, but they had the fame money behind closed doors, and God knows what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So
We were
um
just making our little money doing shows. For me, I was doing the 15-minute show, making $1,000 for 15 minutes. That, as a 16-year-old girl, like you doing something that you enjoy and that you like,
yeah,
we thought we were really winning back then.
yeah, yeah, of course, because but remember, that was the eager, the naive part of, you're young, you're just happy that your music came on the radio and you got an opportunity. It started with you were actually in a studio where it was real to real, not
Mm-hmm.
in the basement. So, the fantasy of music was way better. And of course, you had to be skilled in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
so because I had to learn backgrounds, and and I didn't know them at first. I was a lead singer, but I didn't know backgrounds. So I had
Okay.
to learn that process by just going to the studio over and over and over, because it's they hire people to do the backgrounds too on certain songs. Rest in peace, Damon Molly. He actually did the backgrounds to the Kissing Game.
Okay.
You know who Damon Molly is? He's a
I
singer.
know the kissing game.
Yeah, yeah, but he actually did those backgrounds.
Okay.
So he was a professional background singer, period, and he was a good vocalist. He just passed away though. Rest in peace in him. And I actually got around him a little bit, but I already kind of knew a little bit more than what he was trying to teach me. But I learned. That's all I did was just learn, and that's what you had to do. You had to learn, and you had to learn back then. So
Hmm.
and that's another thing about this era. They don't. They gonna be like, look, I got my own style, and this, that, and the other. That's why the music sound the way it do, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Today, there a lot of artists are real selfish. It's all about them, and it's all about instant gratification.
they gave them the money. They gave them
Yeah,
the money. The money
yeah.
make them say, "You a
They
OG."
create monsters. They're creating monsters with this money. They
But
know what.
that's what they wanted. That's what they
Hmm.
wanted. They wanted you to be mad that they made $10 million really, really fast,
Hmm.
because you made a label probably more than that with a real organic physical copy.
Hmm.
So the only thing about this area is I don't understand how. I mean, you put out a song and you telling me views mean you're hot. You could clearly see that once they did that, it was you know
I don't get it.
yeah,
It's all like popularity means you hot now for some reason. That's
of
what it,
course.
it boils down to. Your music can be garbage, which it is. A
All
lot
they
of
gotta
it
do
is
is play
out
it.
here,
All they gotta
and
do is play it.
just because you're popular, you the hottest thing out here for some reason. I don't
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
you know,
So
I don't
so I
get that.
mean we can go back and forth with that because I mean I do like the Drake. I like Drake.
I like.
Um
I could say that I like Chance the Rapper. We didn't speak
I
more
like
about
Chance the
anything else.
Rapper. I like J. Cole. I like Meek Mills. Meek Mill's got a lot of banger music to me. His music
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
banger music. And really all he is if you listen to him, you heard it before in Tretch. Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Remember he had
Mhm.
that pitch and he
Yeah,
would be able to
yeah.
stay up there in that range. So I
You,
tell people
you're right.
Tretch is Tretch
You're
is Tretch had OPP and all them
right.
other records. So they got those voices.
I
I
like
like
because he's speaking his truth. He's speaking his life story. You know, and that's one thing that I don't like about some of these artists because they speak it on a phony life story just to keep up with what everybody else is talking about and thinking that that's what's happening. But um, I can't knock anybody who is who they are, and that's why I like Carly B. I gotta give her props because she's speaking her life story, and she's owning it, and that's what I like about her.
well
And
yeah.
That's what I like about Meek Mills. Like he's owning who he is.
Yeah,
And he actually, been trying to do some things in the neighborhood to make a change for some of the people who's, in his neighborhoods and growing up behind them, trying to show
yeah,
them a different light.
yeah.
So
Me, fire. He's fire. He's definitely fire. I liked his. I really liked his first when Charlie Mack was around, in my bag and all that kind of stuff. That he, because I was telling everybody, them joints should have came out on mainstream. He would have had the parties going crazy just off of In My Bag and Rose Red, and well, they played that one, but In My Bag never went to mainstream. It just was in Philly, and
mhm.
like, it didn't even go past. Well, it went past Jersey. I don't even think it went to New York. I never heard it up there. And
Uh,
but the point is, I used to like that record. I was like, man, that record need to get out here. From a global, they should have released that like that. But I like Buster, Buster Rhymes. I mean,
yeah.
Buster.
You know who is I love me some Method Man and
Oh
Redman.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
They
love
still
that.
fire. Did you see the video slap the S out of somebody by
I didn't see
Method
that one.
Man? Oh yeah, you gonna crack
I
it up.
gotta Google that.
Yo, Method Man.
I love
I mean,
them.
it's
They're
Red
so
Man. Red
funny.
Man is funny.
Yeah,
Red Man.
they are so funny to me. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like they are who they are, They're not trying to be nobody else but them. And for
No.
some reason the two collaborating together, it worked,
Yeah. No, they
You know.
fire. They've always been fire, They've
Uh-huh.
always been fire. I noticed you didn't say Mary J. Blige. You don't like Mary J?
I like Mary. Yeah, I
Okay.
actually we were just listening to one of Mary's songs that I said that stayed in my CD. My girlfriend was CD player in my car. My girlfriend, I was just talking about this story. She got in my car and she brought that Mary J CD, and I actually took it. Like I wouldn't give it back to her,
Yeah.
but which CD was that? My
Oh
life
yeah,
CD.
yeah, yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
my favorite
Oh
CD.
man.
I love
What was the one where she
every
sung on the
single
rock? What was the
song
one she sung on the rock? The up tempo song.
that
Love
she
is
sang.
all we need. Love is all we need. Is that it? That
Which
was the
one?
hook.
Or was
Uh,
it the interlude?
well, whatever it is, she had like a blue silver look in the video, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like on a rock or something. But it was like one of them happy records. But it was fire, But Mary had plenty of records. I mean, we could talk
I
about that all
love
day long.
me personally. That's my favorite CD. Is
411 for me. Give me the 411.
uh-huh 411. Yeah, that was a nice
411.
CD.
Yeah, I
My
mean, you
favorite.
remind me was the first song she dropped.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw her. You remember the Ritz?
yes, yes.
So I
I
saw her. The Roots opened up, um, and she came on, and she wasn't a big star then. And it's funny, I still remember that day. Nobody reacted to the song, but that song was fire when it first came out. You remind me.
yeah,
So yeah, so Mary J was fire from the gate.
yeah.
Yeah. So who do you like in Philly other than Meek Mills? Out of the
Um,
men.
are you talking about past?
Yeah, the
Well,
throwbacks.
I don't really know too much of the present except
I like
like
Steady
Meek
B,
Mill. Yeah, they were my industry brothers too. Steady B,
EST.
especially again Malika Love,
Yeah,
Bahamadia,
Muhammad. Oh
Ludacris,
yeah, you got to throw
Mac,
Muhammad D on there.
Schoolie D. Um, don't kill me, Larry Laird. Definitely, I love this
Okay,
Larry. Yeah. I MC Breeze. What am I saying? My
KY.
brother,
You know
MC Breeze.
DJ KY.
Yes.
There you go, right there.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, hey,
I'm doing
King.
something with him too.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I'm,
Eh,
I'm getting him up here, and he got a nice little journey as a DJ. He DJ for a lot of major events. So yeah, man. Matter of fact, me and KY go back. We was DJing together for a while. It'd be on and off, but we was cool. He from Chester,
Uh-huh.
we from Philly.
Yeah, I've been knowing KY for years. Yeah, I've been knowing him for years too. Um, when I pretty much when he was like really getting, into this DJ and thing, and really, starting to actually do parties and stuff. We go back
Yeah.
that far. Um,
Oh, KY is definitely one of the best that was
mhm.
in Philly. Clearly, he been doing it for a minute. He was always in the major clubs, so he definitely was one of those ones out there.
I definitely I forgot three times dope too.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
Nicholas one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that album, that
I don't
one
want
album.
to miss any of my brothers and sisters, like, because I love them. And I already gave props to Lady B when she had her song out, even though she hate that song now. But
ADB is fire.
um, absolutely. But yeah, I just I'm just trying, but I'm like over 50,
Maybe
so
maybe you're getting tired.
no. Well, no, that ain't it.
Oh, okay.
I was. I'm just over. I'm at that age now,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as soon as we
Your little
sign
hard
off,
drive, your
I'm
little
like,
hard drive is jacked
dang,
up.
yeah. I
Your
was
little
like,
hard drive running. Yeah, yeah,
like, yeah, when it started to go too fast,
yeah,
in my brain to get all mixed up.
yeah. Well, I knew you. Like I said, I knew you had some skin in the game as far as being an artist, and I know you
Robbie
were around.
B.
Yeah,
Sorry, Robbie
but
B.
Robbie B. I remember that one song they had
I
back in the
still
day.
go.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Jewel T.
What happened like that? Jewel T and Dollar Bill? Yes,
Jewel
yes.
T was from up that.
Abbotsford.
Yep, right there. We used to come pick him up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
come pick him up. He used to hang with us a little bit. Yeah. Tyreek from the Root.
Cash
I
Money and
met
Mark.
him.
Cash Money and
Um.
Mark.
Oh
Will.
yeah, 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 yeah. Cash money. Come on.
Will. Jazzy Jeff from
Will
Fresh Prince.
Smith. Oh,
See,
Jazzy Jeff.
I'm like it's starting to come to me. I'm
Oh, there
starting to
you go.
cut you off, but I gotta
Yeah,
say it because it's just gonna go bye bye again. So I
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go through
Jazzy Jeff.
it.
I remember the era of Jazzy Jeff. Man, Jeff was doing stuff on turntables to this day. I
Mm,
never heard nobody do. Never. So Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. Will Smith is who he is. That's what he do. He's a
right.
big time guy.
Yeah.
Him- even though he was in an entanglement.
I was like, dang, if I known that was going to be so hot, that just that word entanglement, that's what I should have named my book.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
it could relate to my book a little
Yeah, well,
bit, the whole
you can always
lifestyle
do the
thing.
remix. Just call it the remix, entanglement, the
Right?
untold stories.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is Google that word. Shoot, my book could pop up.
Yeah. What about Let me see. Like you had Cool C, Steady B.
Hmm.
Uh, who else? Well,
We
who else was out of Philly that was hot?
had money. He was DJing. Um,
Woody
with
Wood,
them.
Greg Nice, Woody Wood.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who else? It was quite a few. Um,
We had a lot of people who that were.
Fresco and Miz.
Oh yeah, that's.
That We Don't Play song is fire.
Uh
We
huh.
Don't Play that joint is fire. You know.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Tough Crew, Tough
Oh,
Crew.
of course. I know the DJ. I know him. Was it DJ Too Tough? That's his name.
Tough, yes,
Yeah,
DJ.
the Spanish guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I used to run into Tone because he used to live down Wallace Street a little bit. Because I'm from like the Fairmount section, 20th and Fairmount. And down there, they used to be down there way back in the day. But I remember
way back because I
that
remember we
one
used to
album
go
though.
for Mount Airy most of the
Yeah,
time,
the
and then
Detonator,
out that way.
the Detonator album. That's it, right? Yeah, yeah. They,
Uh-huh.
they definitely had some fire. I mean, they had My Part of Town. That song's still going. It's like Dougie Fresh, the
Hmm.
show. Dougie
Yeah.
Fresh, the greatest one song of all time that ain't never gonna go nowhere, and he sound even better live.
Yep. Yep. You ain't never lie. And they might as well make a line dance off of it. So all the old heads can join in too as well. What do you say, Yvette?
Yeah.
You've been living, loving hip hop like me all your life. Give me a paycheck. Put
Right.
hip hop,
Cash the
loving hip
check.
hop, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Right now, did you say you were currently working with the artists, or are you just, passing them along? If they
Yeah, I'm right now. If I can make the connect, I'll make the connect for them. But I haven't been able to put time into artists. So I have had plenty of people who want me to manage them, but I'm managing myself. You
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Your
So
little hard drive is going right now. I see.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm managing myself right now because I know nobody. I know I'm not going to disappoint myself. And
Oh,
anything that I don't get done, I only can blame myself for
of
not
course.
doing what I have to do.
Of
So any time and effort spent, I have to. I'm half a century now. Like I'm 50. Like I don't have that much time left. Like
mm.
when I turned 50 years old, I was like, well, damn. Like at one point you used to be able to say, when I turn 50, you can talk about that in your life. When I turn 50, now I'm at the point in my life I can't say when I turn 100. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you gonna say that?
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, my time is short now. I gotta do what I
Mhm.
gotta do to make things happen and pop for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's right now. You in right now mode. That's
Hmm.
where I'm at. I'm in right now mode, and everything. Like I said, when everything is right, everything aligns itself up in the right direction, and you move forward because people don't understand. It's a chemistry to this whole thing. It's either going to happen or it's not anyway. And will you ever get an opportunity? You just got to be ready for that opportunity. That's all the
Hmm.
opportunity is, because eventually you're gonna get an opportunity, but will it work? Because you could be a great singer or rapper right then and there in their face, but they still say no. I mean, you heard Puffy flag DMX. Man, that would have been the hottest. I don't know. Him and Biggie would have been going at it because X was fire. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it,
That was fire, and everybody, and that brings me back to Eve. Eve was fire too. I
oh
remember
yeah,
watching
EVE.
Eve before she became the Eve. When she used to be down Bobby down dances, performing and stuff, and she was always dope.
Yeah, EVE was definitely all right. So I'm going to end this right now because I got a couple. I got to jot down some more information for these other interviews because I got these artists, so I got to read a little bit on them and before they come in here
Yeah,
and get it
do
going.
what you
But
gotta do.
definitely hook me up with a couple of those artists. We could definitely I'm around those type people right now,
Okay.
so it's a good thing for you and it's a good thing for me. And if I can create that opportunity for anybody in my city or whoever's fired, period, deserves a shot to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll just inbox you and whatever information you need to pass on. All they got to do is a virtual performance anyway, because that's how they're doing it. And
Okay.
that's it. It's the journey. Yvette Money, the legend, the icon. She's signing off.
Yeah.
SL Digital Media Podcast tomorrow. Is to the stardom. Holla.
Holla. Thanks for having me.